They say every neighborhood has that one guy who takes the HOA too seriously, but ours had Arthur Vance. This man. 0:099 seconds strutted around like he wore a badge, clipboard tucked under one arm, phone, always ready to snap pictures. He wasn't. 0:1818 seconds selected. He wasn't appointed. He just decided he was the HOA patrol. And last week, he crossed a line that Grandpa 0:2626 seconds wasn't about to let slide. Before we dive in, comment which country you're watching from. Let's see how far this 0:3434 second story travels. It started with the creak of our backyard fence at 5:30 in the morning. I was still groggy, pouring 0:4141 second cereal, when Grandpa, sitting in his rocker on the porch, muttered, "There he goes again." Sure enough, Arthur was 0:4949 seconds scaling our fence like a burglar, phone in hand, snapping photos of Grandpa's tomato plants. He claimed they violated 0:5656 seconds community aesthetics. Can you imagine a 75-year-old veteran growing tomatoes was apparently a crime against the HOA? 1:061 minute, 6 seconds wanted to storm out there and confront him, but Grandpa just raised a hand and said, "Patience." 1:121 minute, 12 seconds let a fool show himself long enough and he'll write his own ending. That was his way. Measured, calm, the opposite of 1:201 minute, 20 seconds Arthur's manic energy. This wasn't the first time Arthur trespassed. 1:251 minute, 25 seconds twice before we caught him poking around near our shed, once even rattling the door like he expected to find. 1:321 minute, 32 seconds contraband. Grandpa reported him to the HOA board. But the president, Margaret Helms, brushed it off with a smile. Oh. 1:411 minute, 41 seconds Arthur's just enthusiastic. He cares about the neighborhood. Enthusiastic. 1:461 minute, 46 seconds the man was breaking state trespassing law under Texas Penal Code 30.0505. 1:521 minute, 52 seconds, but the HOA hid behind technicalities, claiming it was internal enforcement. 1:581 minute, 58 seconds Grandpa wasn't buying it. He called the sheriff's office, and while they sympathized, they explained the gray area. Unless we caught Arthur in the act. 2:072 minutes, 7 seconds and press charges immediately. It was our word against his. That's when Grandpa hatched his plan. For the next 2:162 minutes, 16 seconds 3 days, he tinkered in the garage, humming old country tunes while I fetched him tools. By the 4th day, 2:232 minutes, 23 seconds our retiring gate had a new modification. Low voltage electric wiring, perfectly legal under Texas electrical code, provided it was marked. 2:342 minutes, 34 seconds Grandpa even posted a bright yellow sign warning, electrified gate. Trespassers will be shocked. And right on schedule, Arthur came prowling again before dawn. 2:462 minutes, 46 seconds Grandpa sat on the porch sipping his black coffee while I crouched by the window, heart thuting. Arthur climbed the fence, boots crunching the gravel. 2:552 minutes, 55 seconds, he was muttering something about violations. The second his gloved hand gripped the gate, snap. A jolt sent him. 3:033 minutes, 3 seconds yelping like a startled dog. He stumbled back, arms flailing, landed in the dirt, and scrambled to his feet. He went. 3:123 minutes, 12 seconds limping toward the street. Grandpa didn't move an inch. He just leaned back in his chair, eyes glinting. That, he said softly, was the sound of justice. 3:233 minutes, 23 seconds the whole street was buzzing. Arthur Vance, limping down Willowbend, had turned into the day's entertainment. 3:313 minutes, 31 seconds neighbors whispered in driveways, stifling laughter as the self-appointed HOA patrol tried to spin the story. He. 3:383 minutes, 38 seconds told anyone who'd listened that Grandpa had installed illegal traps on his property. But most folks knew the truth. 3:463 minutes, 46 seconds everyone had seen Arthur's antics snooping in yards, measuring grass with a ruler. He was even peeking through curtains at night. The man was a menace. 3:563 minutes, 56 seconds and for once, he'd finally gotten a taste of his own medicine. For 004 minutes still, Arthur wasn't about to take the hit quietly. By noon, an emergency HOA meeting was called. I went with Grandpa. For 094 minutes, 9 seconds just to keep things from boiling over, but I should have known. It was going to be a circus. Margaret Helms, the HOA. For colon 174 minutes, 17 seconds president, sat at the head of the long table, pearls around her neck. She had that permanent fake smile plastered on. For colon 254 minutes, 25 seconds her face. Arthur sat to her right arm in a sling for dramatic effect. He pointed at Grandpa like he'd uncovered a crime. For colon 334 minutes, 33 second scene. This man, Arthur declared, is endangering the neighborhood. He has rigged up an electrified weapon. That. For colon 414 minutes, 41 seconds gate nearly killed me. Grandpa didn't flinch. He simply leaned forward, placed a folded piece of paper on the table, and said, "That Mrs. Helms is a permit." For colon 534 minutes, 53 seconds it was issued under the state electrical code. Fully legal, clearly signed. And I posted the required warning notice. 5 colon 015 minutes, 1 second Margaret tried to wiggle out of it. 5 colon 035 minutes, 3 seconds legal, or not, it's aggressive. It goes against the spirit of community living. 5 colon 095 minutes, 9 seconds the HOA has the right to regulate installations. Grandpa's voice dropped into that growly tone that always made me sit straighter. Regulate? Sure. 5 colon 205 minutes, 20 seconds trespass? No. Texas trespassing statute makes it a crime to enter private property without consent. Arthur has. 5 colon 285 minutes, 28 seconds done it 3 times. I'm done warning him. Next time I'll press charges and let a judge sort it out. You could feel. 5 colon 355 minutes, 35 seconds the shift in the room. Neighbors who had been silent suddenly nodded. One woman spoke up. Arthur came into my backyard. 5 colon 445 minutes, 44 seconds last month to measure my shrubs. I thought I was the only one. Another chimed in. He photographed my kids. 5 colon 515 minutes, 51 seconds bikes, and called them an eyesore. The tide was turning and Arthur's face went redder with every word. Margaret banged the gavel, desperate to regain control. 6 colon 036 minutes, 3 seconds this is not the place for accusations. 6 colon 066 minutes, 6 seconds we are discussing Mr. Henderson's, but Grandpa cut her off. No, we are discussing Arthur's obsession. You let. 6 colon 156 minutes, 15 seconds him run around like he owns the neighborhood. And now he's learned what happens when you step on the wrong porch. If you're enjoying Karen really. 6 colon 226 minutes, 22 seconds so far. Like and subscribe because the story is only going to get better. Arthur didn't take the humiliation well. 6 colon 316 minutes, 31 seconds after that meeting, he doubled down. For 2 days straight, he circled our block in his dented pickup like a vulture. 6 colon 386 minutes, 38 seconds slowing in front of our driveway as if waiting for the gate to open. Grandpa barely acknowledged him. He just sat on. 6 colon 456 minutes, 45 seconds the porch with his old thermos of coffee, eyes fixed like a hawk. On the third night, Arthur couldn't resist. 6 colon 536 minutes, 53 seconds just past midnight, I woke to the sound of rustling near the gate. I peeked out my window and there he was. Flashlight. 7 colon 017 minutes, 1 second in one hand, bolt cutters in the other, mumbling curses under his breath. He was actually going to break through. Grandpa was already waiting. 7 colon 127 minutes, 12 seconds from his rocking chair, he pulled out a small handheld remote. Watch this, kid, he whispered, eyes locked on. 7 colon 197 minutes, 19 seconds Arthur. The moment Arthur clamped the cutters onto the steel, Grandpa clicked the remote. Zap. The low hum of the 7 colon 277 minutes, 27 seconds electrified wires surged, and Arthur's body jolted like he just grabbed a live hornet nest. He yelped, dropped the cutters, and stumbled back into the mud. 7 colon 377 minutes, 37 seconds Grandpa calmly sipped his coffee. 7 colon 407 minutes, 40 seconds trespassing again, he muttered. Then he pointed his phone, camera already rolling. Every stutter, every curse. 7 colon 487 minutes, 48 seconds every slip in the mud was caught in 108 OP. But Arthur didn't stop. Instead, he whipped out his own phone and dialed. 7 colon 577 minutes, 57 seconds 911, screaming, attempted murder. This lunatic is trying to kill me with an illegal fence. 5 minutes later, red and blue lights washed across the yard. 8 colon 098 minutes, 9 seconds officers spilled out, hands on their holsters, looking from Arthur, muddy, trembling, clutching his arm to Grandpa. 8 colon 168 minutes, 16 seconds who sat on the porch like it was just another Thursday night. "Sir," one officer said to Grandpa, "is there an 8:248 minutes, 24 seconds active electrical device on that gate?" "Yes," Grandpa replied evenly. 8:298 minutes, 29 seconds registered, permitted, posted with warnings, and recorded. "Here's the paperwork." He slid the laminated permit. 8:368 minutes, 36 seconds across the porch table without even standing up. Then he handed over his phone. Video still playing. The officers. 8:458 minutes, 45 seconds watched Arthur climb, cut, and fry himself in full HD. One officer looked up. Deadpan, "So you trespassed?" Arthur. 8:558 minutes, 55 seconds butted. "No, I was conducting an inspection for the HOA. Inspection." The 9:019 minutes, 1 second. Other officer raised a brow at midnight with bolt cutters. The law couldn't have been clearer. Under state code, Arthur. 9:109 minutes, 10 seconds was guilty of criminal trespassing, vandalism, and attempted theft, and his 911 stunt. That was a false police report. Another charge stacked on top. 9:229 minutes, 22 seconds. The officers cuffed him right there in front of the glowing gate. Arthur shouted about conspiracies, about Grandpa being a danger to the community. 9:319 minutes, 31 seconds, but nobody listened. Neighbors had gathered at the commotion, and for the first time, they weren't whispering. 9:389 minutes, 38 seconds. They were clapping. Grandpa leaned back in his chair, nodded at me, and said, "Sometimes, son, justice just needs a." 9:469 minutes, 46 seconds. Little electricity. Arthur, meanwhile, sat in the back of the cruiser, drenched in sweat. His reputation in shreds, and his HOA badge. 9:559 minutes, 55 seconds confiscated on the spot. The gate he thought he could climb had turned into the very thing that destroyed him. 10:0210 minutes, 2 seconds, because when you mess with a man like Grandpa, you don't just lose the fight. 10:0710 minutes, 7 seconds. You light the fuse for your whole HOA to come crashing. Sync to video time.